This is the reckoning.
Now, if you've been living under a rock, you might have missed the interview that set the world on fire. 19 million views in 48 hours is absolutely insane. Katt Williams, the legendary comedy maestro himself, was no holds barred on Shannon Sharpe's show, Club Shay Shay, and it was wild.
Right, because P. Diddy be wanting to party, and you gotta tell him no. You got to tell him no. I did.
No stranger to controversy, Williams shared his thoughts on recent headlines, including actress Taraji P. Henson's fight for pay equity and actor Jonathan Majors' swift downfall from Marvel Grace. But when it came to commentary on his other peers, well, Katt went full-on beast mode, taking shots at everyone from Kanye and Kim K to Diddy and Chris Tucker. I mean, even Ludacris caught some friendly fire. However, it was Katt's ongoing thoughts about Cedric the Entertainer, Steve Harvey, and of course, Kevin Hart, that has created the most headlines. The seemingly one-sided feud the comedian has had with his fellow comedians has been well documented within recent years. Let's take a brief sip. Katt's supposed beef with Kevin Hart stems from his critique of Hart's success, attributing the comedic rock star's rise to behind-the-scenes favoritism, and even something more sinister.
White people don't believe in ugly stars. They think you have to be somebody that women want to sleep with and men want to be. But because we black, they say, oh, you don't even deserve that. So you get Kevin Hart, dudes that no woman would talk to in Lenox Mall, let alone you making them movie stars.
In an interview with popular radio show The Breakfast Club, Hart fired back at Williams.
My frustration with Katt Williams comes from, you keep pointing at Hollywood, this, and this. When do you take responsibility for your actions? You were the guy. Yeah. You were set up to be the star. You didn't show up to work.
Was he at risk?
He chose drugs.
Oh, okay.
Take responsibility for what you chose and say, you know what? I gotta fix me, and I'm gonna come back and I'm gonna stand up for comedy.
The feud remained somewhat dormant in the years that have followed, until Williams' recent comments in the now viral Sharp interview.
No one in Hollywood has a memory of going to a sold-out Kevin Hart show. He already had his deals when he got here. Have we heard of a comedian that came to LA and in his first year in LA he had his own sitcom on and had his own movie called Soul Plane that he was leading? We've never heard of that before that person or since that person. What do you think a plant is?
Hart responded to these comments with a series of tweets, and even threw some light jabs of his own while appearing on ESPN.
Another known fact, Katt dropped him off.
Oh, wow. Katt just dropped him.
He gave him a ride.
Oh. In a spaceship. Okay.
While the beef between Hart and Williams seems to be fairly surface level, consisting of insults and differences of opinions, it's Williams' feud with not one but two kings of comedy. That seems to be a tad bit more personal. In regards to Cedric the Entertainer, Katt accused him of swiping one of his best jokes and using it as his closing joke during the Kings of Comedy tour. Sherlock Holmes would be proud, as internet sleuths went digging in the archives and not only found Katt's performance of the joke on BET's Comic View way back in the 90s, they even did a side-by-side comparison with Cedric's, and, well, it definitely makes you go, Cedric, however, has maintained his stance in that despite similarities, his joke was completely original.
That joke is over 30 years old, close to 30-something years old. I did the Kings of Comedy in 1999. Probably had been doing that joke 6-7 years before that. I don't even know if Katt was doing comedy then, so I have no idea what he's talking about. I've never seen Katt do a space shuttle joke, so that's my joke. That's my joke, dog.
Now, with Steve Harvey, the beef appears to be a little more intense. The feud with Steve Harvey seems to stem from Williams' belief that Harvey intentionally slighted him, leading to a comedy show gone wrong or right, in which Katt absolutely destroyed Harvey for a plethora of things, including calling himself an original king of comedy.
Let's fast forward it to when this disrespectful did something called the original Kings of Comedy. As if Richard Pryor didn't live and walk this very same. You gonna be the original King of Comedy, and did it start with you, you disrespectful son of a bitch? Richard Pryor, not Bill Cosby, Steve Harvey is the original King of Comedy. You's a goddamn liar.
Williams has gone on to accuse Harvey of stealing comedian Mark Curry's jokes and ideas, a sentiment echoed by Curry himself in recent years.
So what's up with you and Steve, man? Ain't nothing with me. Well, Steve stole my material on his show, so I had a beef on that.
He has also admonished Harvey for what he deems as gatekeeping and snake-like behavior, especially in regards to Steve's alleged actions towards fellow king of comedy, the late great Bernie Mac.
The whole time Bernie was here, you was acting like you was funnier than him. The reason you was supposed to go last is because it was your tour.
Yikes. So what do you think? Have you watched the Titanic-length interview? Is Katt Williams the guardian of truth, or just a bitter hater with a masterful ability to mix lies with truth? Public opinion is mixed. Please share your thoughts in the comments below. We'd love to hear them.